What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. This TV right here is the TCL 65-inch S546 version. It's also known as their 5 series, and it goes for about $700, and that's pretty inexpensive for a 65-inch TV. It's also QLED, and it's overall a really great TV, and I want to walk you through it. Some of the features, what I like, what I don't like, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. Now, as you can see, I did throw some strip lighting on the back here, which it's starting to come off a little bit because it's the second time I did it, but I would recommend throwing some strip lighting on the back of your TV, no matter which TV you have. But ultimately, it's not too thick in terms of that. It's a little thick. It's not as thin as, say, something like an OLED TV or some of the wall-mounted TVs that you'll see that are super thin. But it's thin enough. You can mount it if you want. There is the usual Visa brackets on the back there that you can mount it up onto the wall. I have it standing on a table though. Here's the remote. It is really skinny and easy to hold. It's easy to control as well. You get your Google Assistant button. It's a Bluetooth remote. You have your settings button, your directional, your home button. So if you're used to using Android, you have that. And then you also have some other buttons on there for getting to Netflix, YouTube, TCL video, and Prime Video really quickly by pressing that. But ultimately, really easy to use controller. You got your volume keys on the side. I don't love this remote. I think it looks a little bit cheap, but other than that, it works absolutely fine. This TCL 5 Series TV does run Google TV. So if you're familiar with that, then I think you're going to be feeling right at home. I'm used to using this. It's pretty easy to use. You have your search menu at the top. You have the stuff that's catered towards you. Then you have your live television, your movies, your TV shows, apps to download, your library as well. So movies and TV shows that you purchased. And then you can go over here and you have your settings where you can add accounts if you want. You can control your inputs. You can control your picture settings that you have set up on here. Let me bring it back up. You can also bring it up real quickly just by pressing the settings button on the remote in the top right. Here's the inputs, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to go through those. And then you also have your slideshow and then your regular settings. Within your regular settings, you can come in here and adjust input settings by reorganizing them and renaming them. You have your display and sound settings, Wi-Fi. You can sign in more accounts. You have your privacy settings, your app settings, your system settings. This is going to be where if you want to update the software, but it'll also tell you right off the bat if there's any software things to update. And this is where you can also add and remove remotes. Now, I'm really used to using my Apple TV, which I do have hooked up to this, and that's what I use the majority of the time on here. But overall, I think just using this is pretty fluid. It doesn't feel as fluid as my Apple TV. There's a little bit of lagged movements in terms of just using it. But overall, it opens up apps and things like that pretty well. I don't think you'll be upset by the performance of the television overall. We'll just pick my newest video here, see how quick it loads up. Obviously, what is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source. And you'll also get volumes. You can hear how that sounds. Going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm having a pretty good day so far. I did all my walking already. It's a little bit later than I have been recording this news video, so I'm a little bit very easy to hear what's going on. I'll also play a little bit of music before we jump out of the video.
Is that been the right thing? Or should I been a little bit more focused on the place that my feet needed to go? And as they go past me, I see the last me that I ever will be.
So speaker sound sounds pretty good. I would like it to have a little bit more bass. It's definitely not the best sounding speakers I've personally heard from a TV, but you can also rectify that with getting a sound bar or a speaker system and that will help alleviate any issues that you find with the audio. But just using the speakers for movies and with just speaking from a movie or music, it sounds fine. It's not amazing, but it works well. It works pretty good. Here's a side view of what the TV looks like. You can see from basically any angle, you can still see the television. It's pretty easy to see. You're not going to lose too much quality when you're watching this at all. There you go. Here's another side view. Looks absolutely beautiful, and it doesn't lose any color. Now, obviously, you might want to play some video games on here, so I'll show you some PlayStation 5 gaming. Just keep in mind that it will not be able to do the full HDMI 2.1, meaning that it won't be able to run at 4K 120 hertz, but gaming looks really, really good on this. So if you're thinking about getting it for gaming, you can still play up to 4K 60 frames per second. Speaking about some of the settings that are in here, I do want to talk about the picture settings. So when you go into picture, you do have these picture modes, and you can do everything from setting these up for gaming so you can get enhanced response time. So if you're like a gamer for PS5 or Xbox Series X or S, then you can get that so that your response times look a lot better. Or if you're watching movies or sports, I set it to Smart HDR. I personally find that from what I watch a lot of video on here, to look the best on here. Also, this does have Dolby Atmos, as you can see at the bottom left there, meaning it should automatically be turned on. But if it's not, when you have that turned on, Dolby Atmos will allow for enhanced Atmos surround sound effect. If it's off, it weakens the Atmos effect. I like keeping it on. I think it sounds a lot better. But you also have these different sound modes: dynamic, standard, movie, music, voice, and live. I like to keep it to dynamic. I think that's the best feature set for this TV. Also, just to come back to the software a little bit more, if you're new to Google TV, they still have every single app on here that you'd want, from Netflix and YouTube, Prime Video. You can see everything that I have personally installed right now, and that's just some of the apps that I have. But then they also have TikTok and Peloton, so if you want to work out, and Disney Now and Disney Plus and Stadia, if you want to do some gaming straight from the TV up to 4K 60, you can on here. Again, I said working out, you can learn stuff with Curiosity, you can stream movies and TV shows with other apps that maybe aren't even so popular, but they're still on here. Anything that you want to watch on here is on here. And you can also, if you wanted to, sideload apps as well. So if you do IPTV or other things like that, you can directly with this TV without having to buy a separate box. There's even some games that you can play directly on here. As you can see, start gaming with your remote. I mentioned you can do Stadia, which you would need a remote, but a real gaming controller. But this literally can play with your remote. You can play some of these games such as Orbia, Fast Like a Fox, Red Ball, and Hardlines. And I'm just going to show you how to play this game. If you're using the controller, I'm literally just hitting select to go to the next ones. You kind of have to go into the middle of each one so you don't get hit. And you can see everything works. It's such an easy game. You don't even necessarily need to be able to have a game controller, because I'm literally pressing select and it's working fine. So gaming on here, this is what that little game looks like. Very easy to use. Looks beautiful across the big display. I know some of you are going to probably ask, so you do get 11 gigabytes of storage on board that you can use. It's probably really 16, and 5 is for the operating system. And currently, after all the apps I have installed, which are all the major ones, I still have almost 8 gigabytes available still. So I still have tons of storage left to download apps and some games. So if you're thinking about getting a 65-inch QLED TV, this is a great TV to look at. For $700, I think it's a great deal. The remote is really easy to use. It runs the Google TV software, so you're gonna get basically the latest and greatest of apps that are around anywhere, and a huge catalog of apps as well. Plus you can install your own apps. The sound is definitely above average in terms of the quality of it. I love that I can play modern day video game consoles such as Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and they look wonderful on here. The viewing angles are really good. The overall amount of just quality features that you get for the price is a good buy. So I would definitely give this a look at if you're looking for a TV for your living room or a bedroom or an office or something where you want it. I would definitely consider this one. I'm very happy with it thus far. 5 Series by TCL. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.